Hey, what's going on there, guys? COD Master here. It is August 2nd, 2017, 2:35 p.m. And just jumping in real quick here to do a live earthquake update video. And some activity going on around the globe as we speak. A little bit of activity up around the Japan region and up along the Russia region up there as well, just north of there. A little bit of activity, 4.8 coming in right now to the Russia area at a depth of 70 kilometers. A lot of activity going on in the Yellowstone National Park region. It started yesterday morning, and it looks like it has kicked off the swarm a little bit more. It looked as though the swarm was dying down just a tad bit there. But looking back on the seismographs here just today, we can pull back here this data to the left of the screen there, and you can see a couple earthquakes there coming into the Yellowstone region and within the same area as the earthquake swarming where it's been ongoing in the northwest corner of the park right here. Also a little spike up here in Lake Yellowstone in Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming. Same area, but on the eastern side of the park itself there. Not for sure the range, but you can see a little spike right there, indicating a small earthquake. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if that swarm progresses in any different direction. But right now, still staying in the area of the northwest corner of the park itself. I'm going to back out of here real quick and show you guys the Yellowstone overview. This is from yesterday, pulled up yesterday, August 1st. Up here is the date. Kind of want to show you guys where this activity picked up at here. You had a couple threes come into the region right there. You can see these right here, and then it looks like a 2 before that. But shortly after that sequence of earthquakes there in Yellowstone National Park, the swarm appears to have picked up once again. But prior to that, we can go back one more day, and you can see a period of, well, still some micro earthquakes there. You can see the little red and blue spikes there indicating individual earthquakes. You can see these right here. But it was fairly quiet, and I was almost 100% certain that this earthquake swarm was gonna fade away, you know, like all the others have in the past. But the next day is when we had a couple threes there. You can see them popping off, and then today, earthquake swarm is ongoing and continuing. As you can see, all the activity just within the past few hours there shows a and that's just an earthquake notification, 4.7 coming in down there to the south of the Florida region over there in those little islands. You can get some more information. I don't want to get too sidetracked over here. 4.7 in the Dominican Republic region. But back to the Yellowstone information right here. You can see just today the amount of earthquakes has dramatically increased with this earthquake swarm right there. So yeah, we're keeping a close eye on it. Like I said, I thought it was going to die down. It looked like it was going to die down, but that's not the case. So we're continuing to live stream data right now on the channel with numerous, well, I guess a couple Yellowstone stations being put up here as well. Lake Yellowstone, and also the main area where the earthquake swarm is taking place. Excuse me. Down here in this station right here called Madison. That's on the northwest corner of the park, but that's the main station I like to watch for the ongoing earthquake activity there in Yellowstone National Park. As far as California goes, a little bit of activity down there in the Mammoth Lakes region, which has been ongoing. It looks as though that's calming down. Not a whole lot of activity today. There has been some smaller quakes, 2.4 and a whole bunch of ones there included in the region. 414 earthquakes within the last week. So the activity continues there in Mammoth Lakes as well as Yellowstone National Park. Both supervolcanoes. You got Long Valley supervolcano in California and Long Valley a supervolcano in Yellowstone National Park. So definitely some activity ongoing there as well. A little map I like to watch as well. I can refresh this here just to get the new version. It's a hot one again here in California, let me tell you. Woo. Anyway, this here is an interactive tremor map showing the latest tremors being reported underneath the ground there along the west coast, Northern California, Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia, Canada up there. Now I have this set for a date range of 8/1, and that includes today too. So it's going to show you a little bit of activity from yesterday as well. I like to change here the color to the time. That way you can get an idea of where the newest quakes are. The newest quakes, and these are tremors. This is slow earthquake movement. It's different than a locked fault where it breaks or ruptures and causes an earthquake. This here is very slow movement being recorded with some very sensitive equipment and putting out a different frequency, if you will, that these instruments pick up. It's a different frequency than a normal earthquake would put out. So that's how they're able to tell these deeper, very slow earthquake type movements, which could go on and on, for a day or two, or even longer. It's just not no sudden 2-minute earthquake and then it stops. This is like an ongoing, slow movement underneath one continent, the North American plate and the Pacific plate region right there going underneath of it. But it's pretty cool. A lot of activity moving north. A couple days ago, this was all down south here. So the progression of the movement of the slow tremors is headed north. We'll take this back one day here. Let's enter a range. Let's go from the 31st to the date today. Well, it only goes to the 1st, it looks like. But you can see the progression. The blue indicating older earthquakes, and the red indicating most recent earthquakes. Yellow indicating in between, I guess, right? As you can see on this map here, oldest down here on the south, and yellow indicating some. It's just, you can see the progression. It's actually pretty crazy and pretty neat to watch too. What this all means, I'm going to do a little bit more investigating into it. It's just a slow movement, which goes to tell me part of the plate down here, Cascadia subduction zone region, is moving, of course, slowly underneath the North American plate, while I'll have to go back and check some of these dates here, but it looks as though there hasn't been any activity in between, well, Seattle and down here to Northern California. So it still continues to be locked within this section, which of course isn't good. But I will go back and investigate here a little bit, see if we've had any other movement within that region. But within the past couple days, definitely not. Just movement under the North American plate near California, Northern California, I guess, and a little bit up there by Seattle. Slow movement, that is, not any kind of fractured earthquake, just slow, ongoing earthquakes. Tremors is what they call them. This is the internet website up here, pnsn.org/tremor. Really cool site. Go check it out if you can, if you want. And but we're going to get back to the live stream right now, continuing to monitor Yellowstone National Park, as always, and earthquakes around the globe. If you haven't stopped in for the live stream, come on in. Got a few mods in here, and they're definitely helping out, and I appreciate every single one of them, like I always say. And yeah, they're good people. Definitely drop on in and say hi. I'm not in chat at the moment, so I'm not able to answer any questions, but we'll be back here in a little bit. And make sure you give a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll chat at y'all here in a little bit.